Welcome to SoCon Football Media Day. It is about that time for the Wofford Terriers. Head coach Shawn Watson joins us in, all right, first full year as the head coach. How is the run-up to this season different for you? Because not just all the coaching stuff you got to do, but the administrative stuff and the taking care of business. How's it been so far?
Really busy, but it's been a good busy. You know, it's just part of the job description. So I knew what I was getting into. So it's been great. I've enjoyed the coaches, and we both coaches and myself have enjoyed our players. The players have done a great job.
When we hit the practice field, and it's not too far away, your offense took a big leap last year, and that transition to your scheme. How much more change is there for the offensive side of the ball? Or how much is it pretty much stuff they learned last year?
Well, we'll take the next step, and that's just adding, the sequential plays to what we do. Adding some new wrinkles that we've researched, but by and large, I think it's important right now is to continue with what we know, and then we'll add the next pieces on our second time through of our install. So we're just getting the guys who I think are really feeling comfortable with the system, and that is the biggest step right now.
Your coaching staff on both sides of the ball, Shawn, really intrigues me because you've got a good amount of holdovers, guys you worked with last year, and some guys who came in from outside, but also some guys with some Wofford roots. Tell me about some of the new faces in the coaching staff.
Well, we were on the defensive side of the ball. We were able to bring Devin Watson back, who's one of the great corners that ever played there at Wofford, and he's the juice in the program. He's just always positive, and he does a great job with our kids. He does. I'm the total team, and I just love him to death. And he's got a great career ahead of himself. We brought Alir Meany back, who had worked with Coach Ayers, and Alir, we're fortunate enough to get him. He was actually coaching the Nickel Sams for the Houston Texans last year, so he's bringing some unique experience. When he left Wofford, he went to Illinois, so he's got some Big Ten background now with Coach Lovie Smith, who's one of the great defensive minds in our business, and then he had the experience down there with him at Houston. So he's brought a lot of really good things to the table for us defensively, and has a relationship that dates back to Knox College with Andrew Warren, which is important. And then we brought John Saxton in. Jonathan has been at South Carolina State, and he did a great job in his role as a defensive coordinator and also in recruiting. And I worked with him at Louisville, so he understands me, he gets me, he knows the culture we're trying to build. And I said when he was a young coach for us at Louisville, if I ever have a chance, and I did it, I'm a head coach, I'm hiring Jonathan Saxton. And he's just done a great job with his career. Our players love him. He's an expert at what he does. Offensively, everybody's back with the exception of bringing Sonoris Perry in to be our running back coach. And he was one of the great players I've been fortunate to coach in my career. I was his offense coordinator at Louisville, and Sonoris was an 8-year veteran in the NFL, so he brings that experience. And what I love about Sonoris is Sonoris was a undrafted free agent, made 3 contracts. So he is about all the right stuff, and he pours great things into our kids. And we just got a great chemistry with our staff. I love the guys. They've been awesome, to work with.
Final question. For a fan base, an alumni base that's been through a lot of up and downs the last couple of years, what do you say to those folks in terms of what this team is going to bring to the field, effort-wise, excitement-wise, and all that stuff?
Well, as the season ended last year is when we took over, I think you see what our heart is. Our heart, and I'm talking about the kids and I'm talking about the coaches. You got to love the game. So we're going to always love the game, respect the game, and we're going to love each other. And I think a lot of great things happen out of that. Right now in our program, I can say this, our players are running our football team, and that's important because they manage the locker room, they hold each other accountable on the field, and then they hold each other accountable off the field. That allows us to coach. And they have bought into that, what I know is a winning culture.
If it weren't 95 degrees out, I'd suit up myself after that pep talk. Don't worry, that's not going to happen. The Terriers hit the field real soon. Of course, the opener at Pitt, just over a month away.